This is a demo I came across a bit earlier on CodePen, and as the title says, it's a CSS-based circular reveal. However, it does use JavaScript as well as a few libraries like Angular, jQuery, and some other stuff that I don't know what it is. And there are also some CSS imports. So I thought I'd do a version without any CSS imports and without any JavaScript. So this is going to be, let's say, we're going to have a heading, and it's going to be, as you can see here, this is some dummy text generated here, and I've already copy pasted it. So this is going to be some yummy pure CSS circular reveal. Okay, and I'm going to have a card, and I'm going to have a header and a navigation where I'm going to put the buttons, and I'm also going to have a description where I'm going to have this paragraph here. Okay, now let's see what we put inside the header. So so the button text, we're going to take something from here. Let's see, what else? Brownie is good. And let's see, what else is yummy? Gingerbread. And here I'm going to read the length of this array. And here I'm going to loop. And here I interpolate. And this should do it. Now, the way I'm going to do this so that it's pure CSS, I'm going to use the checkbox hack. So input type checkbox, and it's also going to have an ID of show. I don't know what else to call it. Show, not shoe. Okay, and here after the navigation, or I'm going to have a label, and the text is going to be the same. I don't know what else to have there. And inside this label I'm going to have a sliding element with a couple of elements. So I don't think I've shown you how this works, because basically, so you see that icon slides up, and that close X slides up into view. So now let's see, for the CSS, we're going to have a width and a height for the header. So, and the height is going to be pretty much the same, except we shuffle the figures in there a bit. And this width, we're actually going to set it on the card. And we're also going to have a margin. And we're also going to set a box shadow. Let's set a color list here. Let's see what it was here. Okay. Okay, now that works. So the next thing that we're going to do is going to set some defaults. So box sizing, that's going to be a border box, and we're also going to have a margin 0 and padding 0. Anything else for now? We're going to inherit the color and the font, because that can be a problem with stuff like buttons and form elements. So inherit, and we're going to do the same for the font. Now, next thing, header, we're going to give it a background. So it's going to be an image background that's going to be in the middle, so 50%, and it's going to cover everything. So we're going to have a seasonal background. So let's take this one and copy paste it here. And let's give it a height so that we can see it. And everything inside it that's not a button, and it's also not an SVG, it's going to have position absolute. So I'm going to set position relative here. And the next thing that we're going to do is have this navigation. It's going to have top 0, right 0, and the same thing for bottom and left, and left. And it's also going to have display flex, and the direction is going to be a column, and I'm going to have justify content on space around. And for the individual buttons, we're going to have not there, line self, center, and we're going to give them a width. And let's say half the card width. And now we're going to set a color, and that's going to be and the background is going to be similar, except we're going to make it completely transparent. So RGBA, and we're also going to have a border, solid 1 pixel, and here I'm going to have as background okay, and we're going, let's set a border radius 5 pixels. That should be good enough. And on the card we're going to set, so on the card we're going to set a font, so 1M, 2 line height, Okay, this works. So far so good. And I'm also going to set a color here. So let's collapse this stuff for now. And here for the button, I'm also going to set some hover styles. Focus and active. So here so this does it, but I need to add a transition. And I'm going to set a transition duration here. Okay, and something else for the button and the label, I'm going to set cursor pointer. Now let's move on to the label. I'm going to set a diameter for it. So that's going to be 3 n's. So with that diameter, and it's going to be the same value for the height. Then I'm going to set a box shadow, which is pretty similar, like I can tweak it, but for now I'm going to leave it the same. And border radius, it's going to be 50%, and I'm going to give it a background. And its position is going to be bottom minus half the diameter. And I'm going to have something pretty similar for right. And I'm also going to have text indent key. Good. So now I can actually do something else here. And I think this because if I do something like this, and now let's actually no, I can't do this. I can't do this. Okay, that works. Okay, now if I set background red on this, okay, that's good. That is good. Okay, now for the input, I'm going to set position absolute, and I'm thinking, actually I don't. If I move this a bit like this, yeah, it works just fine if I do it like that, and it really simplifies things. It's better like that. I put the input inside the header. So if this is checked, here I'm going to have a clip path. This is going to be a circle, and its radius is going to be a custom property, and it's going to be at the right bottom corner, bottom right corner. And the default for this radius is going to be 0, except here I'm going to set it to be the diameter of the header. The diagonal of the header, sorry. No, I can't put it inside. That's why I can't put it inside the navigation. But I can keep things like that, so if I do it, yeah, that works. And if I set a transition here, clip path, that transition duration is out. Okay, this works, and it works perfectly. Okay, good. Now the next thing that I need to do label, and here I need to change the background. So if it's checked, it goes to white, and I'm going to need a transition on that as well. So it's going to be background there. Okay, that's good. Now for the slider, something else I'm going to change here is going to be the color, which is going to go to the last value. And for the slider, I'm going to have something a bit different here. I'm going to have a transform. I'm going to move it up. So let's see how that works. If I set a transition, this is going to be a transform. Oh, forgot. Okay. The slider is inside the label, sorry. Okay, I need a different kind of transition. So yeah, this looks like it's it. It's a bouncing one. So I'm not going to have ease out there. I'm going to have this one. So yeah, this looks good. It has a bounce in there. Now what I'm going to do is create two SVG elements here. So SVG and SVG, and inside the first SVG I'm going to have a path, and I'm going to take this path from here where I have the SVG logos, and I'm going to take this D attribute for the Twitter path, and I'm going to copy paste it here. And something else I'm going to copy paste is the view box. So I'm just going to take it as it is. Now here I'm going to have a slightly different view box. So let's say -4, -4, 8 and 8, and going to have another path with a D attribute. Actually, -2, -2, and then I go diagonally 4, 4. Then I move a 0, -4, so I've gone up, and then I go to the left -4 and down +4. That should do it. Now for my SVG elements, SVG, I'm going to have fill. It's going to be current color. Stroke is going to be current color. Line cap is going to be round. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to take it from there and I'm going to put it here. And this one, I'm going to take it from there and put it on the header. Okay. Okay, this is good. Now for the label, I'm going to set overflow hidden. But for now, I'm going to comment it out. And here on the slider, I'm going to set display flex. going to be a column, and justify content, it's going to be a space between, and I'm also going to have a padding. Like this. So if I do this, yep, should work just fine. So I can get rid of that comment, I can get rid of this background here. So this looks just fine. Now for the description part, it looks kind of ugly for now. So I'm going to set the padding 2ms and a line height that's more like text. That should work. Okay. Now I'm going to set this background on the card, and then I'm also going to style the heading. It's going to have the same background. I'm also going to set a font, so it's going to be bigger. Let's give it a nice Easter color. So something like this should work. Okay, let's also give it a text shadow. 1 pixel, 1 pixel. Blur radius. Okay, now let's also set a box shadow here, and let's also set text align center. Okay, this looks nice. Now on the body, I don't know, something like this. Make it lighter. I guess it works. Okay, so yeah, this is it, and it's done all with CSS, no JS, and nothing external here. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time.